What's going on, guys? Fuzzy bringing you back into the whole YouTube scene. Today I'm in a great mood. I've had 2 cups of coffee today, so I'm a little bit wired. But even as I'm wired, I still don't have the motivation to hop on MLB The Show 16 simply because I think the game is pretty much dead at this point. If you guys are still playing, more power to you. If you want to, go ahead and add me because when the show 17 comes out, I'm going to be on that thing all day. And just to kind of give you guys an update of what I'm going to be doing, what my plans are for MLB The Show 17, I have my entire notes folder filled on my phone with ideas and everything like that. I'm probably going to post 2 to 3 videos right when the game launches just so you guys have content when you wake up. So it's going to be a fun year, and thank you guys for coming along for the ride. Anyways, the video that we're talking about today is there's a couple different players that I was looking through today. I didn't play MLB 16 The Show, but I did kind of go on and see what are some players that I feel are going to be the best in MLB The Show 17. So there's a lot of players that I think are going to be really good this year that weren't necessarily the best last year. Or maybe they kind of showed up late to the party. Hint, hint. Now we're going to go over these players. I think we're going to call this series, I want to do this about once a week until the game comes out. That gives us a range of about, I would say, 15 to 20 players if I could say could potentially go diamond in MLB The Show 17. And I think it'd be fun for you guys to speculate down in the comments. Not hate or anything like that, but if you guys disagree, agree, anything like that, go ahead and let me know. And then maybe next week, if you guys want to leave some comments, and I'll make it like a fan video next week. I think that'd be awesome. So let me know. The first player that we have on this list is actually someone that I've known, not personally, but I've been aware of Bryce Harper for almost like 6 to 7 years now. Simply because me being a Vegas kid, he was always kind of the it factor in Vegas. He would always play at the high schools around me. He was on Sports Illustrated. He would hit at the batting cages around me. So maybe I'm kind of biased for Bryce Harper, but I think in 2016 he had a really down year. As you see, he's not even a diamond in MLB 16 The Show right now. And I think going into next year, I think he's going to hit a little bit better off lefties. And I think that wrist, he had surgery on his wrist this this offseason, so I think he's going to come back better and really just hit the ball better than ever before. I'm not sure if he's going to ever outdo that 2015 season that he had, but I definitely think he's going to hit 300. I think he's going to have 30 home runs and possibly 15 to 20 stolen bases. So Bryce Harper's going to be back to normal this year. Next up on our list, we actually have a sophomore. We have Seager coming in. I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I think he's like 21 years old. It's insane. I'm almost 21 years old. I don't make $1 million. I can't hit lefties. I'm not in the major leagues. I'll never be in the major leagues. He's almost the Jimmy Rollins of past. He can field, he can throw, he can run, he can hit for power, he can hit for contact. Anything that you would ever want from a shortstop aside from the fielding, he can give you at a premium. I think him and Francisco Lindor both have chances of going diamond, but I think because of his offensive paralysis, I think Seager is pretty much a lock to become a diamond this year. One of my favorite players is coming up next, Yu Darvish. It's unfortunate because he did have Tommy John, I think a year and a half ago, but he came back last season. He wasn't the best. I think he had a mid-3 ERA and just couldn't strike out people like he used to. He's definitely going to come back full strength, if not maybe 90-ish% the entire season. With his strikeout numbers and his ability to change things up, whether it's the changeup, the curveball, it's insane. He goes from a 95 fastball to, I think it's like a 69, 71 mile an hour curveball. I'm not even sure how people can adjust to that when you're like, you're waiting for that 95 and then you gotta wait for that curveball. So what can you not say about Yu Darvish? He is an 88 right now in the game, which I think is justified considering his last season. I think he definitely has a chance of being a top 5 pitcher, not just in the American League, but in all of baseball. And before his Tommy John, you could definitely say he was in that discussion. So we gotta give Yu Darvish some props and bring him in this discussion. Alright, next we have someone, like I said in the intro, we definitely have some players in this list that came on late to the scene, but they did damage from the minute they walked on the field. And Gary Sanchez is no different. From the minute he walked on the field, the Yankees were a better team. They were a more efficient team, and he was one of the best overall players in the second half, simply because he could do nothing wrong. He was mashing the ball. He was throwing out runners at a high percentage. Yeah, he's not going to run, but he has a 49 speed. 50-ish speed for a catcher is actually insanely good, considering the fact that he can throw, field, hit, sometimes hit for contact against right-handed. Left-handed, not too much. But I think going into 2017, Gary Sanchez has the best chance to overtake Buster Posey as one of the best diamond catchers in all of baseball. So look out for Gary Sanchez. Make sure as soon as the game is put into your PS4, try and pick up Gary Sanchez because he's going to be worth thousands and thousands of stubs come the All-Star break, come the end of the year, so you can turn a decent profit. Maybe buy one Gary Sanchez, buy a second duplicate, and sell that duplicate later on in the year. That way you can keep him, while making some cash on him. That's what I would do. All right, we have another young gun just to kind of piggyback of what we've been talking about. We have Trey Turner. Trey Turner is honestly becoming one of my favorite players simply because he plays a premium position, both at center field and shortstop. This year he's only playing shortstop because they have Daniel Murphy at second base and they have Adam Eaton at center field. But considering everything else in terms of he can hit for contact, he's one of the fastest players in all of baseball. I think as a right-handed hitter, he had the fastest home to first on an infield hit in all of baseball. That beats Mike Trout. That beats anyone else that I can list that's fast. I'm blanking. There's a lot of them. But just to kind of complement what his offseason has been this spring, he has put on a little bit of muscle, so I think that 79 arm strength might go up a little bit, and hopefully he's been working on his fielding mechanics because he didn't play shortstop too much last season because he came in about the halfway mark. So hopefully he's improved his fielding just a little bit and has a little bit better arm, and I think definitely with the contact, speed, the fielding, and the arm, he can definitely be a 93, 95 diamond player. Starling Marte, what can you say about this guy that isn't great? Starling Marte is one of the fastest players. He's almost like a Trey Turner type, but I think he's proved himself more often. He does get injured just a little bit much more than I would like, so hopefully he stays completely healthy. I want him to play, no less than 155 games, and I think if he does that, he can probably hit 20 home runs, 180-ish hits, with 40 stolen bases, a countless amount of runs, and if Andrew McCutchen does what he does, this Starling Marte, just reach for the skies with this guy. So if you can pick him up, definitely go ahead and try to do that because I think he'll start off as a gold and slowly creep his way towards diamond as the season progresses. And honestly, I love predictions. I also like stocks. So just to kind of predict what a player is now and what he could be in the future, just so you can buy him at a lower price and sell him at a high price, maybe buy duplicates, just like Gary Sanchez. I think Starling Marte could be that guy. So definitely try and pick up maybe a couple of them right when the game opens. Last but not least, we have probably the most prolific hitter in all of baseball when he's healthy. Let me give you that. When Giancarlo Stanton is healthy, which is not often, I mean, he's healthy throughout the season, but he does miss an average, I would say, 40 to 50 games a year, which cuts into his stats quite a bit. I remember before he broke his, I think it was his face a couple years back, I think he was projected to have 45 home runs. He was probably going to win the MVP, but as soon as he broke his entire face, who hit him, by the way? I don't know, some guy who doesn't know how to pitch, obviously. But if Giancarlo Stanton can stay healthy at the age of 26, I think he might have a shot at hitting 50 home runs. I think he has a decent chance of having a high number of outfield assists because this dude has a cannon. I know the 77 kind of doesn't prove that. The dude has an absolute rifle, so combined with his power, his fielding ability, and his stature, I think he easily has a chance to be a diamond. He used to be a diamond back in the day, but considering his durability, as you see there, his durability is at a 69, so he does have a decent chance of getting injured. 56 speed is nothing to kind of showboat over, but his power, definitely 94 and 99, I think it has a chance to go up with those, and especially contact when him being fully healthy and ready to take on 2017. So hopefully he comes in handy. He can definitely play left field as well if you have right field filled with maybe Bryce Harper. But definitely keep a lookout for Giancarlo Stanton. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. These videos are so much fun to make. I could talk about baseball for hours, especially with people who are watching and willing to comment on my videos. So if you guys have any questions or want me to talk about anything, whether it's about MLB The Show, whether it's about fantasy baseball, anything of that nature, go ahead and let me know, and I will do my best to make the greatest video, the most informative video, while also putting in some funny clips just to make you guys happy. So thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day.